Hello, YouTubers. This is Tom in the beautiful city of Chicago. And in this episode, we're going to talk about tires and tie downs. Uh, in the previous episode of Trailer Tips, I talked about tongue weight and some other things about the hitch and things like that. But in this series, this episode, we're going to just talk about tires and tie down. Now, this is a 2003 Triton trailer. It has served me well. It has gone around the country, out to Seattle and back a couple times, down to the Ozarks, up to Mackinac City hundreds of times, out to the Atlantic. So it's got a lot of miles on it. And like I said, it's a 2003, so we're talking about a 21-year-old trailer here. And it has its problems, and, I've had to fix things over the years, but this is a good trailer. I would buy another one, hands down, in a moment. But let's talk about tie downs. Let's talk about the front strap here. This front strap, now, as you can see, the main strap here that goes around the winch has a tie down strap that you can put through the eye of the ski. I don't use these because they're kind of weak. They're just not up to snuff. So you can see the thickness of that, and then if you can see the thickness of this is a motorcycle tie down. I got these off of any kind of trailer accessory, like e-trailer and stuff like that. They use them for motorcycles. Now this is rated for 1,500 pounds, so I feel pretty secure with this one on. Now the thing you got to understand about these, the way Triton set things up, is you don't want this strap to be over the rubber ball here, or the rubber bumper here. That would cause the ski to push down like that, and the forces would be down. Now, as you can see with these bolts, you got one right there. You can probably see in there, okay? When the ski wants to push forward, it will want to lift this up, and the force goes that way. So this is pressing up against this, and this will be pressing down against that. If you put that strap over, it will cause this whole assembly to just fall down, and that's not a safe thing. You don't want your ski bouncing around and things like that. Also, if you hit some really big bumps, your bow will not lift off. It will stay secure, down tight, and you won't have any issues. That's a big one with these Triton trailers. You gotta take the strap underneath this bolt here and then up into the eye. But the other important thing is make sure you got a heavy-duty strap here. These things, again, I'll have to say, are just too flimsy. They just don't have enough meat on them for me to feel secure. And you can see this one's fraying a little bit, but this is the way I do my hookup on the trailer. Now let's go over to tires here, and let me set up the lights and stuff like that. Now the tires I picked out for this trailer are STs. I went with the aluminum rim. I like that. It looks cool. It's a little more money, but what the heck. But the thing I really wanted is getting an ST series, and also their the STE series. The E is rated for 1,520 pounds each tire. So I've got over 3,000 pounds I could tow with these. And the trailer, the total weight on the trailer is like 2,000 pounds. So I'm overrating it a little bit. Now, the thing about the ST series is they recommend that you inflate them at 80 psi. I know a lot of people say, 32 and things like that. I wouldn't go with 32 pounds on these babies. The manufacturer recommends 80 psi. It's on the side there, and you can also look it up on the web. They recommend for ST series 80 pounds. Now, I got the nice lug nuts. You can see those. They stick out and they're sealed. They're solid pieces. So the lug nut doesn't corrode to the stud, which happens a lot with the trailers. If you use lug nuts like this, that are just open, you better put on some anti-seize. You can get this at any parts store, auto parts store. It's great. It's like an aluminum anti-seize. And you put it around the studs and then bolt down your studs. Highly recommend that, because if you get it flat on the side of the road and you try to break those seize nuts, you'll probably break a lug. And it will make life a lot easier if you get it flat, if you put this anti-seize on. If you don't have the full solid lug nuts like I do. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about is the bearing cap. I'm not going to go over bearings here. There's some great videos up on YouTube that you can watch, how to set the preload on the bearing and things like that. They also recommend, if you replace the bearing, you also should replace the race on the bearing. Don't replace just the bearing. Replace the race too. But I wanted to point out these caps here. When you put those on, and you'll take it off maybe sometimes, or sometimes they fall off if you don't put them on right. But these caps, when you put them on, don't use a hammer. Don't bang them on. Take something like, get yourself some pipe like I got right here. Okay, it's just a standard pipe, and it fits perfectly over the bearing, and then use that to pound your bearing on. It's nice. Even you can even use a socket if you got something big enough, but I didn't have a socket that big, so I just went out to the hardware store and got the pipe that fit this. And that's about it for the tires. Just make sure you got good tires. I also like to have a spare, good spare. I mean, it's the same thing, same manufacturer, aluminum rim, brand new. So I know when I got to put it on, it's going to be good to go. Because, boy, flats are a real problem out on the road. Now, tie downs on the back. This trailer is a little different than most. As you can see, let me get that light over there so you can see what's going on. As you can see, the back end, here's the end, back end of the ski hangs over. The law says that you can hang something 41 inches past your lights. This is within spec. Don't quote me on the 41 inches. You look it up. It may be a little less, but I'm well within the spec. Now, the important thing back here is, because my ski hangs over, I do not just depend on straps like this. Let me get around. That come up. They hook up right here, and then they go straight back. The big reason I don't do that is because there isn't enough down pressure on this strap. It has more forward pressure. And if you did a vector diagram of this, you would find most of your force is that way. So I add another strap, and then right here, you can see it goes straight up, and then it comes into, I hook it right on here. Now this one supplies a lot of down pressure, and you want that down pressure because you don't want your ski lifting off the bunk and then slamming back down. You'll ruin your bunks, and you'll have all sorts of problems. Now, another thing I found was these little pads here. You can get these off of eBay or Amazon. They're just tie-down pads, and they'll prevent the strap from trashing your paint job there. But make sure you got your ski secure. You don't want it moving at all on the bunk. And that's what I do. Now the excess, I like to wrap it around here twice, and then I tie it down and get in there. Then I put the excess in here, and that stays pretty solid in transit. But you want to make sure you got your ski secured to your trailer, and make sure that you got good downforce in the back. Now that covers about most of it. I really don't have any other straps on this. I don't double up these front ones or anything like that, but always, like I said, make sure you get this strap underneath this bar here. But I thought I'd just go over some straps, and if you like this video, if it was helpful, give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one. The next one, we're going to talk about bunks and the suspension. There's some issues going on with the ski with the bunks, but we'll talk about those in the next episode. And thanks much for watching.